a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the Saturday, March 24th edition of the CBC Evening News. And our top story: Barbadian artistes will not be the only ones vying for the title of Bashment Soca King or Queen this year. And this follows the rebranding of the competition, which will now be open to artistes from some 17 countries. The announcement came during the launch of this year's competition. Sharika Griffith has more.
Local artists will have to bring their A-game this year if the Bashment Soca title is to remain in Barbados. This is the third consecutive year for the competition, but the first time anyone aside from Barbados-based artists will be allowed to compete. Bashment Soca ambassador CBC's Shane DJ Ras Edwards says it was always the organizers' intention to take the art form to the rest of the world.
We started here in Barbados, and through the help of Yellow, it's now available in 17 different islands, countries, to enter this competition this year, as we call it, the International Bashment Soca Monarch. We're hoping to get as many of those countries actually entering and sending in their best representatives so we could really have this international movement going forward.
DJ Ras says a major change of the new competition will be an extension of the deadline for artists to enter their songs.
We will now be officially welcoming everyone who has a song that was written and produced from as early as May 2017 to enter the competition. This is to accommodate those Vincy Carnival, Lucia Carnival, Trini Carnival, all of their music, so that they will be able to enter in our 2018 competition.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Mark Cummins, believes Bashment Soca has the potential to create jobs and attract investors in the cultural sector. Mr. Cummins, however, notes that while it has transformed the musical landscape in Barbados, it has not been crafted on its own. He therefore believes local Bashment Soca artists should seek the help of the country's musical legends who have already made a name for themselves on the international music scene.
And if Bashment Soca is to contribute significantly to Barbados' economic growth and to be profitable to its artists and those involved in this industry, collaborating with these legends is key. They have knowledge of the music scenes in Africa, Asia, Europe, and North America. Their audiences not only include the Caribbean diaspora, but our musical legends have performed across the globe and entered markets that were closed to others.
This year's competition will be held on July 6. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
Efforts continue to improve the operations of the Grantley Adams International Airport to make it the best in the region. And this was revealed during an awards ceremony for staff of that facility last night.
Management company Gaia Inc. says several changes are coming to the airport. Chief Executive Officer Neville Boxall says the facility is to be expanded to make it the best in the Eastern Caribbean.
We do feel it is important that Gaia Inc. not only be functional and efficient, but also pleasing as a space to travel through. Our goal is to seek to create the ultimate airport experience for our passengers, as well as for you, the airport community. And this should result in improved scores, certainly with the ASQ, but also in terms of a more pleasant working environment for all staff.
Mr. Boxall says they're looking to form new strategic partnerships as they seek new revenue streams.
As we go forward, there are a number of improvements. There are a number of new opportunities which we are seeking to enter into with various partners, giving proper respect, of course, to all serious entrepreneurs, as well as both to improve the revenue position, but also to improve the overall positioning of Gaia Inc., both as an international airport as well as a regional hub within the Eastern Caribbean.
Mr. Boxall says they will continue to focus on employee development and training in order to get the best out of their staff. Several employees were rewarded for hard work and dedication during the ceremony. Some for 5, 10, and 15 years of consecutive service. Others were rewarded for perfect attendance. Awards were also presented to employees for going above and beyond the call of duty.
Well, two St. Philip men had to be rushed to hospital after the vehicle they were traveling in was involved in an accident in South District St. George around 8 this morning. Police say that the driver lost control of the car, which ran off the road, striking a utility pole, a house and a parked vehicle, causing substantial damage to all three. The driver, a 34-year-old man from Inchcape, suffered cuts to his face as well as a suspected broken arm. His 25-year-old male passenger from Riverland sustained injuries to his chest, and investigations are continuing. And we will return with more news after the break. Stay with us. Well, there's a view that if local music is played consistently, at least $6 million in royalties currently going overseas could be split among professionals in the local music industry. According to musician and former professional footballer Ricky Williams, music can be one of the driving forces of economic development.
That every record that is played on the radio station, somebody gotta get paid for it. Every song that is played on radio, somebody gotta get paid for it. And not one person, tons of people just get paid. You ever watch a movie yet and spend time looking at the credits coming up? You see how long the credits does be? Every line that go up there, somebody's get paid. A gaffer, a rigger, we don't even know these things because we only look at Star Boy and Star Girl. But everybody there is get paid. You see how in music? Everybody in the studio that involved with the song is get paid. Producer, editor, you know, they got the fan, they got the arranger.
And Mr. Williams made the point as he delivered this week's Astor B. Watts lunchtime lecture on the topic, the role of entertainment and sport. He also believes there needs to be a paradigm shift to encourage more students to keep active in sports after completing their studies. And we do apologize for that short break in transmission. Well, with 3 weeks still to go, the Barbados Sugar and Rum season is already being hailed as a success. And this is according to Dr. Carrie Hall, director of the Barbados Tourism Product Authority, which organized the season. She says it touched on every area of the industry, adding that the events have been well patronized. When the season, which started on January 15th, comes to an end on April 15th, 70 events would have been held. The latest was at the Sandals Royal last night. Dr. Hall says that they worked with large companies and small entrepreneurs to host the various activities. She says that they are already looking at a bigger and better season next year.
There's been 3 solid months of entertainment, of phenomenal things to do, of a diversified experience where we worked with a lot of businesses in Barbados. Large businesses, micro businesses, as we seek to diversify the Barbadian tourism product. We wanted to put on something during the tourist season, and as you know, there were a lot of tourists in Barbados during the 2018 season, and we wanted to ensure that they had a plethora of things for them to do. Whatever they were looking for, there was something for everyone.
Well, the local Barbados team is already busy training for this year's Taste of the Caribbean competition to be held in June. Team manager Henderson Butcher is optimistic that the chefs can improve on last year's performance when Barbados won the Caribbean Team and Caribbean Bartender of the Year titles. He says preparation for the competition is intense to ensure that they can respond to any challenge.
We have a number of competitions to do in Miami. We have first the team competition. That is where the team that I mentioned earlier, they're given a mystery basket of proteins and whatever else the judges decide they want to give to the team. And we're supposed to come up with at least 45 starters, 45 mains, and 45 desserts. And we only have 4.5 hours to do this. So we're pretty much training towards getting anything.
The Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association is also confident about the team's ability to net good prizes this year.
For us at the BHTA, this is really delightful to be able to support the Barbados culinary team. As you are very aware, we boast of Barbados being the culinary capital of the Caribbean, and I think the performance last year at Taste of the Caribbean really gave us some good bragging rights.
Well, this is the first time that 19-year-old Kiara Riley is training with the team as a junior chef, and she is very excited about the opportunity.
Right now, for me, it's a whole learning experience because, as I said, there's only roughly 4 months I'm in the industry, and the knowledge I've gained from the seniors, from chef, it is just an eye-opener. It can only go forward.
And sports is up next with Damian Best.